the women's 8, Great Britain, Australia, and Canada up at the start. That's a good way to celebrate your birthday with a gold medal.
It is.
Or silver, excuse me.
There was a slight delay on the start, and you can see by that launch moving there, maybe there's a little bit of an obstruction or something in the water. He's got his net. Yeah, I think he's going for a fish or a water bottle or something that maybe... Rowers are generally careful about, you know, throwing anything out of the boat.
I did hear in I think the team managers meeting for this World Cup, I think starting effectively this World Cup, they're not meant to throw their water bottles up to the stake boat holder. So I don't know if this is a water bottle, but you sometimes see the athletes sort of chuck their water bottles to get them out of the boat. Oh, fair enough.
A bit of seaweed, bit of lake debris.
Yeah, good.
Of course, you know, rowers are so careful about the environment that they have to spend their time living on and working on. And clean water is so important to World Rowing and the Worldwide Fund for Nature. World Rowing funding the Kafui River and Rowing Centre down there in Africa. And beautiful water in these European lakes. We saw it in Lake Bled, which is an open water swimming paradise. I've seen anybody swim in Lake Varese, but the water is beautiful here too. So there's the British Natasha Morris up in the bow seats from the Under Club. Ryan McKellar, Lauren Irwin, Karen Bennett, the Tokyo Olympian, Esme Booth, Emily Ford, Hattie Taylor, Annie Campbell-Lord, Henry Fieldman, the Cox. The Australians, sorry I'm running behind the telly pictures, Lily Alton-Triggs, Paige Barr, Georgie Gleeson, Olympia Aldersey, great name, isn't it? Georgie Rowe, the surfer in the 5 seat, Jackie Swick, Molly Goodman, Bronwyn Cox, Cox by Hayley Verbunt. I'll tell you more about them as we go down. And then the Canadians who have been doubling up here, Dean Cassidy, Morgan Ross, Kirsten Edwards, Alexis Kronk, Kaiser, Grushila Vizitsky, Jessica Sevick, Christina Walker, Avalon Wasnes, and Kirsten Kitt. And 3 or 4 of these women won the women's 8 in Tokyo.
Good to have that seaweed off your rudder. That, of course, can slow you down and fuss with the steering. So I think that was the Great Britain Cox we saw. Annie Campbell, or excuse me, that's the stroke seat. Henry Fieldman called to have that removed. Fieldman.
So up in the bows, Lily Alton-Triggs from University of Queensland. There we see the Canadian coxswain, Sydney Payne, Olympic gold medal. Sorry, Kirsten Kitt, not Sydney Payne, what am I saying? Sydney Payne is an oarswoman who is not rowing in this boat. I think Cassidy Dean has come in as the sub. Avalon Wasney's in the stroke seat. Her mum, Heather Clark, used to be in the Canadian team when I was rowing. And she did come over to Europe to see Avalon race last season. Henry Fieldman, you can see just on the far side, the British Cox. So, gold and silver medal. The 3rd place crew will miss out on medal. Who will it be? It's a great chance for Australia, who are the only 8 not doubling up to win golds. You know, this could be their moment. Clean start from all the crews.
Quick start for Australia, 43 out of the gate. Great Britain, 48. The Aussies lead just by a touch.
Yeah, this is the Aussies' moment. If they seize it, that's a great start for Australia, leading Canada out early doors, Britain level with Canada. There we see the Australian stroke woman, Robin Cox, from University of Western Australia. Picked up a bronze medal in the Australian 4 in Rachiche. Molly Goodman behind her in the 7 seat. It's her first international race since Tokyo, and she's really come back into the boat, made a big difference. So it seems There's the Olympic champions, Evelyn Mosney's in the stroke seat, the 25-year-old. Took a gold medal. But this is Australia's race to lose, Colleen.
Yeah, wow, look at the Aussies go, 3/4 length advantage. Nearly a 1 length advantage. Well, not quite yet, not if Great Britain has something to say about it. But the Aussies lead Great Britain, then back to a very close Canada. You see the bow number 3 of Canada, 500 meters down, the times roll in. And it's the Aussies, of course.
1:28, that's under the world's best time pace that Romania set in Tokyo in the repechage in 2021. They didn't do so well in the final, but they did break the world's best time there, and they did 1:29.28. So we're under world's best time pace. Conditions not particularly quick. Britain now matching speeds with Australia, who have that lead to hang on to. Canada, who have had those women doubling up in the 4s. Finding the going a little tough, just 2 or 3 meters behind the British. If you're watching this in Canada, we hope you're enjoying this World Rowing production. I guess if you're waking up to this early morning, here's the famous Canadian women's 8 in 3rd place. They won't get a medal, they won't get a bronze medal unless they get into that silver medal position. There's the back of the Australian Cox, Hayley Verbunt, the 20-year-old. From the Mercantile Club in Victoria, urging her crew on. They've had a great start.
Yeah, they have had a great start, haven't they? And I love, Martin, that you can hear the coxswains as well, right? You can hear the not necessarily the calls, but the voices for sure. And when you're in the 8 in the moment, this can be such a loud, incredible kind of a boat class, frankly, and you can hear it all the way through the broadcast. It's fantastic. It's halfway, though. Continues to be Australia, leading Great Britain, and back to Canada.
So they're kind of 0.3 of a second slower through the K, and that's 1,000 meters, by the way, the K, than the Romanians in Tokyo. Still really, really quick time. It's going to be a fantastic row. We're moving down the boat. And Lily Alton-Triggs, Paige Bear from Mercantile Rowing Club, Georgie Gleeson from Sydney University Boat Club, Olympia Aldersey. It's her first international race since Tokyo from UTS Harbourfield. Georgie Rowe, we mentioned her. Jackie Swick from Swan River in Western Australia. Molly Goodman, the South Australian. Bronnie Cox and Hayley Verbunt. There's Henry Fieldman there, looking across at the field, keeping his eye on the Canadians. Silver medal at stake here, and Henry Fieldman cocks that British 8 to a bronze medal, the men's 8 in the Tokyo Olympic Games.
Yeah, he's taken his crew up to 40 strokes per minute, so knowing that perhaps they have to go a bit early, although it takes quite a lot of work to catch up to the Aussies now.
And the Aussies have got that tandem in the middle of the boat between the oarsmen rowing at 4 and 5 in the Australian 8. That's Olympia Aldersey and Georgie Rowe, and John Keogh, the Australian coach, deciding that is what makes the boat go straighter. There's Georgie Rowe with the yellow glasses, the former surfer, spotted because she tried her hand on the ergometer and posted a great time. She holds records on that machine, 1:19.28 for the half marathon on the erg. And Australia are now finally delivering a great result. This was their chance to win gold. Britain tired from doubling up, Canada tired from doubling up. The Australians really had to win here to give them a really good start to their European training camp.
Yeah, the Aussies barreling down where we're sitting at the grandstand. The fantastic lead over the rest of the field.
No wind on the lake. There will be no world's best time at the end of this race. But it's still going to be a very quick time by the Australians. They are blasting into this final quarter, into the final 250. Canada charging to try and make up ground on Great Britain, but I think it's a little bit too late. They are coming with a bit of a charge, to be fair, the Canadians. And at the moment, Canada may just be going through Great Britain. I think Great Britain have the edge as we come up to the line. Australia out in front, Britain moving back, Canada charging on the finish. Will it be Canada? Will it be Great Britain? There's only one medal in this. Australia do hang on for the gold medal, Britain hanging on for the silver medal, or will it? It is! Oh, Great Britain, I want to call it Great Britain. Canada so nearly came back, but I think they might miss out. The Australians did begin to tire. 6:03 the time. So conditions did get a lot more slow than the pace of the Romanians. Really sped on in that repechage. Absolutely exhausted, the British women, all that doubling up. Presumably they don't know whether they have got a medal yet ahead of the Canadians. The Canadians don't know, or maybe they do, that they've got third place, so they won't be winning a medal.
Yeah, the Australians with fresh legs, as they say, meaning, you know, having not had to race twice throughout the 2 events throughout the weekend, just having a bit less fatigue in the legs, though. No, undoubtedly, all of these athletes just completely wiped from that A final. Let's look at Great Britain. We saw the Aussies just a moment ago, and it's gold for Australia, ever so close for the silver, and bronze between Great Britain and Canada. But look at them go, just big suspension, looking for the line, and thrilled with that result. Let's look at the times. Oh, so close between GP and Canada. Wow.
Australia represented by Australia, representada da Lily Alton Fritz.